Hey, my name is Paul and I'm going to teach you what hard money lending is in under 5 minutes. What is hard money lending? So hard money lenders are basically like banks. They take a lot of money from banks and then they loan out their money to flippers, rental investors, anybody who's looking to do a construction loan on their house. The convenient thing about using a hard money lender is that they can help you close deals fast and they pay cash for houses. So when you go to market and you try to close a deal with a wholesaler or a seller on the market on Zillow, you can actually tell them that you can close within like 14 days. So hard money lenders, the cons about them is that they have really high interest rates compared to your typical banks, like your Bank of America's, your JP Morgan's, your Chase's and all that. Their interest rates are anywhere between like 9 and 15%. On my first deal, I got 12%. However, the pros about them is they will actually fund 100% of the rehab costs. So it's super helpful for you if you don't have a lot of money and you want to get into flipping. This is how a lot of flippers finance their deals. They use hard money lending to cover about 80 to 90% of the deal, and then they go find private money lending to cover the rest. So let's get into it with the visual. So this is me, Paul, and this is a hard money lending bank. So there's a few things to consider. There's the interest rate, which is typically 9 to 15%. In 2023, it's around 13%. So this is a hard money lender. Yeah, so typically from hard money loans, they're anywhere from 12 to 24 months. And the interest rates are anywhere from like 9 to like 15%. And a new investor will get an interest rate like around like 12%. And then you pay this thing like upfront when you close the deal with a wholesaler or a realtor or a seller with a hard money lender. They will give you the loan if you pay them points. What is points? It's just basically interest on the loan. So, and you pay that upfront, and that's part of your closing costs. So with a lot of hard money lenders, they will make you pay anywhere from like half a point, which is 0.5%. A point is basically 1% of the loan. That's how they calculate it. So if you're doing a $500,000 loan, 1 point is $5,000. 2 points is $10,000. Half a point, $2,500. When I first did my deal, I got offered 2%. What they like to call it is 2 points. These are the things you consider. Also, make sure that the hard money lender offers you 100% of the rehab cost, meaning like whatever you budget to rehab the property, they will cover the whole thing, 100% of it, which is kind of crazy, but it has to meet their underwriting numbers. So if you buy a house for $500,000, you put in $100K of rehab into it, it'll all of a sudden be able to be sold on the market for $700,000. Well, the lender is going to cover that full $100,000 rehab, and they'll give you anywhere from like 80 to 90% of the purchase price. That's how these hard money lending deals are structured. They'll typically give you a loan of anywhere between 80 to 90% of the purchase price. They want the loan anywhere from 12 to 24 months, and they'll give you an interest rate between 9 and 15%. I found 12%. There were people who are offering 10%. They'll offer you 9 or 10% if you do at least 5 deals in the last 12 to 24 months. So you got to do volume. So it's kind of crazy. Like the experienced flippers have a leg up in this game, and they have way better numbers and healthier margins because they've done a lot more volume. So you got to do at least a few deals, get your feet wet in the game. And then once you do a few deals under your belt, you can get offered way more prices, and you can also compete with other lenders. That's basically hard money lending terms. They will finance most of your deal, and you've got to come up with the rest, 10 to 20%, especially if you're a newbie investor.